to Airing It Out with Fuller. You guys, I am so excited today for our guest that we have today, because she's going to give you guys so many nuggets. I don't even know what to tell you about it, but I do know that you need a pen. I do know that you need a pad so that you can write these things down, because these things you're going to have to apply. And I'm going to challenge you to apply these things to your life. For if it's your first time coming to Airing It Out is just a safe space that we come in and we have great conversations about tools and nuggets and things that will help encourage us to move forward. We're all different people, but we come to Airing It Out to make a difference for you and whomever you choose to share this with. You guys know, if you don't comment, make sure you subscribe and make sure you share, because it might not be your message, but it may be someone else's message. Today, we are so happy that we're able to announce that we have the famous Miss Brigitta Hoeferle. I hope I'm saying your name right.
Totally.
She is the CEO of the Center of the NLP. She's a well-renowned international speaker, and God, she brings so much peace. So we call her a peace force. So we're going to give it to Brigitta, and we're going to let her take over Airing It Out. Welcome to Airing It Out Nation. Brigitta, what you got for us today?
Oh boy, am I excited to be here. Oh, Latonya, thank you so much for inviting me, B, continuously showing up for not just for yourself, but for your listeners, right? There's so much energy in being there for other people. And especially nowadays, in these times that we live in, everyone deserves to be seen. Everyone deserves to be heard. Everyone deserves to be felt. And although you are just coming with us by being seen and heard, I feel you. I get you. And this morning, actually, I did get to feel you, because you walked by the street and I looked out the window and I was like, wait. Let me go catch her and hug her.
Yes, which was amazing, you guys. And I tell you, her energy is always amazing. Every time I see her, it's always a pleasure. And it's a pleasure when you got people around you like that energy, like you said, you can feel it. Even though you're not right with them, you can just feel it. And we need more energy like that. So Brigitta, help us about this.
You know what? People ask me, how do you get so much energy? And I like to say, ask my mom and ask my sisters. When I was little, they were like, oh my gosh, can you just for 5 minutes just be still and not be as energetic? So yes, I've gotten it intrinsically, but I teach others the way that you show up, the enthusiasm that comes into the door before you even show up is going to set you apart from everyone else. I'm originally from Germany, and Germans are not known to be super enthusiastic. Actually, we're known, when someone, there's all of these grumpy old German people. We're like, why are they so grumpy, right? I think that's what you just become over the years of just being German. And I am German. I still hold a German passport. But there's a saying in German that the Germans go into the cellar to laugh. Oh. So that's just a fun way of saying we're not that overly enthusiastic. We're not that overly, this is funny. Germans in general like to take themselves way too serious. And it's probably one reason why I had to get the hell out of there, honestly. I was like, I am not part of you. I don't fit in.
And this is a whole different thing here. No, you're too lovely to be. I don't even, none of that describes you. Or excuse me, Christian, her husband is great too, you guys. Either one of you guys.
And so I was invited, actually I was taking Christian, my husband's space, to go to a German-American Chamber of Commerce event this past Monday. And, the president of the German-American Chamber of Commerce gave a speech, and the Consulate General of Germany gave a speech, and all of these, very professional people are giving a speech. And I just want to show my appreciation. I'm over, in the back, I'm going hollering and hollering, and yeah, you go get it. And everyone's like,
Who's this?
How dare you? Who is that woman?
Oh God, I couldn't have been there. I couldn't have been there. I couldn't have
But
been
people
there.
afterwards, came to me and they're like, let me look on your name tag. Who the hell are you?
Are you?
And
Where did you come from?
Where did you come from? What, you German? What? No, you're not one of us. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. I'm not one of you.
No.
But honestly, the energy that you bring, the excitement that you bring, the enthusiasm that you bring into every day, that's how your day is going to be. Because we have a choice, Tanya. We have a choice at any given moment to do a frowny face or to be excited. And are there times where I'm not, my super happiest? There are definitely times. Right. There are times where I have a resting bitch face, and
I love it.
and people have a very hard time. Like when I'm in super concentration, I have this face, and people come to me and they're like, "What's wrong?" And I'm like, I'm just concentrating. What are you talking about? Are you sure? You look mad. And I'm like, no, that's not what mad looks like. You want me to show you what mad looks like? Oh, I can do mad, but that's not what mad looks like.
Right.
But at any given moment, we have a choice, Latonya, of how we want to be.
Yes. I totally agree on that. I to me think because I relate with you totally. I've always been this super, I don't know, I've just been a happy person all my life. I don't like Uki, Uki and we don't relate very well. And I just think it exerts so much energy, you guys, when we are Uki. So sometimes I think we have to check ourselves and see what it is that's making us Uki. Do you agree?
I totally agree. So checking in, because this is one thing, I was invited to speak on another show this morning, and I gave the success formula, and it's very simple. And I sure hope that you guys, write this nugget down. Thoughts lead to feelings, feelings lead to actions, actions lead to results. Thoughts, feelings, actions lead to results. Now, as humans, we've gotten really, really good at misusing the success formula. Because, have you ever woken up in the morning and you see maybe it's raining or it's cold, it's dreary outside, and you just have this thought of today's not going to be a good day. That leaves you with that, like the feeling that you just described, that ucky feeling of, I don't want to get out of bed, I'm going to pull the covers over my head, I'm just right, like the whole feeling's and that gets you. So if thoughts, feelings, actions, so that gets you into a lack of action. That gets you into negative action. And then at the end of the day, you have no results to show for because you literally manifested it with your thoughts. Today's going to be a yucky day. Well, yeah, exactly. Because you have no results to show for because you made it that way. Yeah. Now, there's good news in this. Okay. If it works that way, going down, it also works going up. Remember, it's a success formula. Thoughts, feelings, actions, results. So I can have a yucky feeling, a yucky thought in the morning. I can say today's a day, but I can then say, okay, I acknowledge you day, looking outside, that today is not, necessarily the weather that I like it to be. Right. And yet, because it's up to me, if it's meant to be, it's up to me that I'm going to make the best out of this day. So I'm going to, with lots of enthusiasm, I'm going to jump out of bed, go in the shower or go work out or read a book or however you start your day, get into a feeling of this is going to be fun. Yes. I already feel accomplished, although I've only taken a shower, or I already feel accomplished just because me walking up and down the street with a dog, or whatever it is that you do, however you start your day. Okay. So habits are a big part of that, right? Getting you in that feeling of already starting to feel accomplished. That gets you into action. Physics taught us a body in motion stays in motion. Yes. So once you're in motion, you'll stay in that motion, right? That gets you into that action. And at the end of the day, you look back in the day and go, you know what? I didn't get all the things I wanted to do done, but I got a lot done today. Yes. And that's the difference between busy work and productivity. You guys know that's our saying.
No busy work. You may be busy doing nothing. So therefore be productive. That is our saying every day. We have that. I know you guys got that somewhere in your house. You got it in your phone. You got it. No busy work. Thank you, Brigitta, for bringing that forth. And please elaborate on that for our audience.
So busy is, we can be busy all day watching TikToks. Okay. Can we agree on that? That's busy work. Yes. Or checking our emails, I got to write an email. I got to be so busy and writing to the world. No, highly productive people and very successful people check their emails maybe once a day. Maybe they check it 3 times a week. And the uber successful have an assistant to do that for them, to kind of weed out, this is what you need to answer, and I can take care of this, right? Delegation. Right. So the difference between busy or busyness is you're telling your brain that you're doing something, but you're not really getting to those results that you desire. So those very clearly defined results may be money, may be serving people, may be of value to people, and clearly defining with very specific parameters will also allow you to track your productivity, right? Mm-hmm. If the only thing that if you can look back on a day and say, oh, I was so busy today. Okay, great. What did you do? Well, I checked Facebook for 3 hours, and then I, maybe had a lunch break for 2, and then I took a nap. Well, that's not busy. Yeah. Well, that is busy. That's not productive, right?
Yeah.
One of my clients, Latonya, you'll get a kick out of this. One of my clients who I just onboarded in January, all of my clients are keeping their goals. So they got to write out their goals on a Sunday evening or Monday morning, and then they have daily action steps. What are the actions that they're doing today in order to get to that goal? Okay. And I asked them to put in their action steps in their calendar. Okay. That way they know, okay, so if someone's writing a book, they know, okay, between 12 and 3, I'm going to turn off all distractions and I'm going to write on a chapter, which will lead them to a productivity of really getting into the zone of writing that chapter. Or if someone, wants to release, and I deliberately say release 10 pounds and not lose 10 pounds, because you guys know what you lose. If I lose these, I want to find them.
Yes.
Now, if someone's releasing 10 pounds, that is donated to whatever you want to donate it to. Yeah, it's gone, right? We're going to let it go. We never, ever want to find it again.
Yes.
So then I have them put every day, what are you going to do? Are you going to go to the boot camp? Are you going to go to the gym? Are you going to work out by yourself? Are you going to do, put it in your calendar at a specific time, and then take freaking action on that.
Action.
Right. So when it's in your calendar and you treat your actions just like you treat a meeting, like if you and I have a meeting at 12 o'clock, or we had a meeting today, right? And I don't show up. Well, that's unprofessional of me. You would be, not happy. I would not be in alignment with my words and my actions. All right. So we usually show up for our meetings. I always show up for our meetings. There are no meetings that I miss. And if I have to miss a meeting, I will text you and let you know, hey, I'm sorry, something came up.
Yes, you do. You're very well with that. Yes, you are. Very thorough.
And
I will give you that.
And when we get into the habit of doing that with ourselves, okay, I'm going to go from 9 to 10, I'm going to go to boot camp, or from 3 to 5, I'm going to write on my chapters, or whatever it is. Put it in your calendar and treat it like a meeting, like you're meeting with someone else.
Treat it like a meeting. Make sure you're taking these nuggets, you guys.
And out of that, you will see how you become productive. So going back to my client, so I have him do that, because when he reached out to me in December last year, he says, Brigitta, every time I text you or anytime I send you a Facebook message, and it's not often, you respond rather quickly.
Mm.
How do you make time? I know that you're a busy woman. And I'm like, no. But that's what he said. Know that you're a busy woman. How do you make time for things like that? And I say, I make that time because my clients or my potential clients, the people that are in my care, may they be paying money or not, always come first. So my husband comes first, then my girls, and then my clients, right? But you're right up there. So I will take care of you. So if you reach out to me and it's an easy answer, I will answer it pretty quickly. If it's a longer answer, I will say, hey, let's schedule a time to talk, or, let me answer this at a later time. I'll send that in an email or whatever. But I will respond rather quickly with 1 or 2 sentences. And he said, I want to learn that. Yes. I want to learn how to manage my time. And I said, time out. You are not managing your time. When you work with me, you're not learning to manage your time, because when you manage something, you don't have ownership of it. With me, you're going to learn to own your time. Right. So rather than time management, we go through time ownership. Okay. And he goes, ooh, I like time ownership.
Me too. You guys should like that. I know a lot of us are working on time management where now we know it's no longer that. It is time ownership.
Yeah, because feel the energy around that shift. When you own it, it's intrinsic. It's in you. When you're managing it, it's something external.
Yes.
Right. So it's the whole energy around it shifts.
Change it. Yes.
So I got him into that habit. Remember, habits are critical to your success. And last week we had a coaching call and I said, so how are you doing with your time ownership? And he goes, oh my gosh, I love it. I live on my calendar now. And I put everything in my calendar. I got into a habit of living in my calendar. And actually, all of the things that I've done in addition to what is on my calendar, I put in my calendar for those time slots when I did them, so I can track it, so I can look back, I can give gratitude for all the things that I accomplished today. And it also keeps me from going onto Facebook, is exactly what he said. He said, it keeps me from going on Facebook because I am so diligent putting my stuff in my calendar. He says, I don't want to put in there, spend time on Facebook for a half an hour. So there's that mental block that he created for himself. And I love it.
Yes. I like that. I really do. I love that. I mean, don't worry, I'm going to implement this into my life, because that was something I was working on, but now I love that. That changes my whole outlook. Changes my whole outlook. I promise you. And I know everybody out here that's listening or that will listen to the rebroadcast of this, I know you guys are super excited about that. That's a great nugget right there. Thank you, Brigitta. Thank you.
Yeah, well, I cannot not share this with you guys. It's too good.
Yeah, it's too good. Yeah, and hold it to yourself.
And you know what? It's simple. Once you get the hang of it, and once you do it consistently, it's simple. It's like, you like going for a walk in the morning or in the afternoon. And when you don't go, you kind of miss it because it's part of your practice. Yes. When you get into the habit of adding your to-dos on your calendar and really making time and making an appointment with yourself of getting that done. Yeah. Oh my gosh, the rewarding feeling that you get around that is just, it's beautiful.
I love that. You guys, that like a pizzeria. It's good. It's really good. It's good for the soul. It's good for the mind. It's good for the body. And I in the society and the things that are going on right now, I really think that we all need to get back focused on our mental and on our physical. It's very important. And I don't think we spend enough time in learning things and ways to help us be more. Stress is one of the number one killers in America, in the globe, period, because we stress out on the everyday life, just where you were saying with time. I'm really good with it. I will overbook myself. And then I'm with you. I don't like not showing up. So I got to bunch of load on me that I didn't, like I would say, prepare for. Like you said, I should have put it on a calendar, owned my time, and then I would be able to appease the people that I need to. So
yeah.
I totally agree with you. Can you give us some more nuggets, please? Brigitta?
Yes. Yeah. So you mentioned
that you can shovel out to us today. The Airin It Out Nation is ready.
Let's do it. Let's do it. You mentioned stress, and stress often happens. Remember the success pattern: thoughts, feelings,
Yes.
feelings, actions, results.
Yes.
It starts here. It starts between your ears. It starts in your head. Right. And I had a conversation with our oldest daughter who lives in Germany right now, and right. she's stressing out over something that is not in her control.
Okay.
So often stress happens through something that we are not in control of, okay. or it happens through something that we're stressing out over that we are in control, but then we're not taking action on it. Mm-hmm. That's where stress comes in as well. There are people out there that are hurting or are in pain, but then they don't go to the doctor or to the chiropractor or to the naturopath or to the Reiki healer or wherever they go usually, right. and get help. And then they stress out over the pain. They stress out over their body not feeling the way that they are used to their body feeling, although they could take action on it. Mm-hmm. So when we think of stress, how much are you allowing? How much are you even inviting in your life? And for what reason may you be not taking action on the things? Because you might get something out of that feeling. You might get something out of not doing X, Y, Z. So check in with yourself on that. What are you getting? Maybe you're getting pity from your family. Maybe you're being supported by someone that it feels really good to be supported by. So it's not a negative intention. We're always coming from an intention of safety and love, but it might not be serving us to the best. Right? Mm-hmm. So, and then vice versa on the things that we have no control over, but we stress over those things that we have no control over. Start taking inventory of what of those things that you truly cannot control can you give back to the person that can control it? Because at the end of the day, if something happens to us, like someone says something to us or something, someone, bumped into my car and left a big old dent, I don't have control over that. It happened, right?
Right.
But what I have control over is how I feel about it. What I think about it, how I feel about it, and which actions am I going to take then? So there's things that are happening around us all the time. Yes. And most of those things we have no control over. Our kids do something, our spouse does something happens to the car or the house or whatever.
Right. Yes.
The only thing that you are in control of in that case is how you respond to it. So check in with yourself. Do you really like the way that you respond to that? Or could you do that better? Right. And if you could have a better response to it, what would it be? And sometimes, and I gave this example this morning, sometimes if we don't know yet, what would be a better way to respond? Like, someone says something to you, you get really, really mad. You're like, hey, don't say that to me, right? You just want to get in their face. Like, stop it. Rather than because that's a pattern. Yes. Rather than going in that pattern, because once you do that, suddenly that you're triggering something in that other person, and suddenly you have a full-blown, verbal fight going on.
Right.
And if I don't want that anymore, what you can do is take a step back, take a breather, take a step back, and not be triggered by something that is the trigger point.
Yes.
So that takes some time to become aware that, okay, I get easily triggered by something like that. So now that you know that, oh, okay, so if someone does that, then that's a trigger for me. So when that happens again, I know now I'm creating a habit to take a step to the side, take a deep breath, and just observe from afar or from a further distance than I was before. Right. That's considered a pattern interrupt. You're interrupting that pattern that used to take you to a result that was not nice or not supportive or just didn't feel good, right?
Right.
And then from there, once you have practiced that pattern interrupt, now you can evaluate, okay, so how do I then want to take that pattern forward from here on? So I did a pattern interrupt. I took a breath. I took a step to the side. Now, what do I want to do? Do I want to engage and perhaps ask a question and then listen? Or do I want to walk away? Just kind of, evaluate what is it that you want to do instead.
Yeah, I like that better because that diffuses a situation sometimes that we've seen go way further than what it should have went, when it could have been solved, like you said, by somebody being, as they say, usually people say the bigger person, but I'm going to say the better person.
Yeah.
And step aside because it helps heal you too, right?
Yeah, exactly. It helps everyone involved. And then, then you also got to take inventory of, because you have a choice in any given moment. Do you want to do that? Or are you getting something out of a heated argument? Perhaps there's something that you're getting out of that. I don't know.
Yes,
so
that's true.
Right. True. So start paying attention to those nuances rather than just blindly going into this very established old pattern. Really look at, is it still serving me? Do I like it? Does it help the other person? Does it help me in who I want to show up in the world? So those are all great questions to ask yourself. And that allows you to be the person that you truly desire to be. Because I think we all, including myself, we always have an opportunity to be better than yesterday. Well, I always have an opportunity to be better than an hour ago. Yeah. And when I can allow myself to continuously grow and to continuously learn, and be the person that I want to be and show up with big energy, then I get to meet people like Latonya, because we just met on the street.
Yes, you guys. Yes. She actually stays in my neighborhood. And I think it was Veterans Day, wasn't it?
Could be.
Doing the Veterans Day spiel. And I don't know. And that thing, I was in that point in my journey here. And that's why I'm so glad that I was blessed with Miss Brigitta to be one of my mentors on this journey. Because at that time, I will not lie to you guys, I was in my own head. So I was still ashamed that I was doing what I was doing because I didn't think everybody would receive it. So actually, I think Brigitta I know she was put in my life for a reason, to let me know that it's a purpose for you doing what you're doing. Because I came around the block and I go to apologize because I was in the video. I couldn't stop the video. And she was like, no, I loved it. And here she is. She's on the show. And this show, come on, Brigitta, I got to give it to him. I remember I went into, I think it was the Mentors Lab, and then also in NLP Nation's, our morning kickoffs. I kept saying, I want to start a YouTube channel. Brigitta was like, what is the problem? It's free. I was like, I never thought, who would I interview? And she started helping me get interviews. I mean, look at us. I think this is episode 9 now that we're on. So this lets you know that if you put it into practice, like she said, and apply it to your life, use the success formula, look where we're at now. And I know we still got room to grow. So Brigitta, I want to thank you humbly and gratefully that I met you that morning, that you were in your place, and that you were not afraid to step out and embrace and bring me in to let me know that it's okay to be different. because when you're different, you make a difference.
Yeah, you know what? So what's different? You are you. You're Latonya, right? I'm Brigitta. Of course, we're different because you don't want to be someone that's already there because they're them.
Yes,
we're us.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
I want you to stand out. I want you to be different. I want you to fully embrace who you are. And that's not just you, Latonya. That's each and every person. I say that to my kids. I say that to my clients, right? Don't try to be someone because they're already taken. They're being themselves.
Yes, yes, yes. And you two cannot occupy that one space. And I think that when we all do what we do, like you said, we bring our own uniqueness to it.
Yes.
There's only one person that can do what Brigitta does.
What you do.
I can only do what I do. You know what I'm saying? So I think all of us should, that's when, like you said, when we show up in you and be the best you that you can possibly be in that moment. Because you never know who lives you are affecting.
Yeah.
Something I really want y'all to apply.
Yeah.
Really. And I hope each and every one of you guys are taking notes on this because all of these things can take you to the next level. If you feel like you're stuck in your business, if you feel like you're just stuck in life, these principles, if you apply them, I assure you that they will know.
And I'm glad that you used the word stuck. And I'll give you a fun little visual. Imagine you guys know the little pink Energizer bunny that goes around.
Yes. Right? The bunny.
So imagine the bunny, going around the room, and eventually the bunny hits the wall. Mm-hmm. And it continues to hit the wall, and it continues to hit the wall, and it continues to hit the wall, because it knows only to go in that direction, right? Right. But it wants to actually go somewhere. How often are we that Energizer bunny that we want something else, but we continuously go that same route over and over and over, and then we say, I'm stuck. Well, that actually all you got to do is just shift. Just 1%, just shift over and look what's there, or shift over this way and look what's there. And if you're really brave, you can shift like 2% and look what's over there. And imagine there's other possibilities and opportunities there. So all you got to do is shift a little bit and keep going that direction and see what happens.
Yes. You never know until you show up. I've learned that the hard way, because time is so precious, you don't get it back. It's gone. It's gone. So we have to learn to show up and be present when you show up, because there were times that I found in my life that I was showing up, but I wasn't truly present. So it's important for you guys to be present in your moment and step in your moment. Don't be afraid to step in your moment. This has been brewing in me for years, but I would always put working in corporate America, working that job for that person or those people. That was my priority. And this dream, I kept putting it off and putting it off. And I mean, look at us now. I learned that it's so much bigger than me that I showed up. And look at all the people that myself, Brigitta, and others like us, what we're doing now, all the people that we're helping. That's why it's so important for you guys to share.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking at your background and I love it. I love the whole airing it out, branding. I love that.
Thank you.
Genius. And I remember it was at a mind board that we did here in our little community in Atlanta. Yes. And you brought a visual and you put it on your mind board.
Yes.
And I can't recall the exact words that you said, but you said something around, I've been carrying this with me for a long time. I'm just going to put it on my mind board now.
Yes.
And you did. Yes. And look what happened.
Yes. I love it. I didn't even connect that, but you're right. My son, I will actually give him the credit for doing my backdrop, Mr. Nicholas Fuller. I love it. I love it. When I first saw it, I was like, he was like, no, I can change it. No. And everybody that sees it, and it's so, oh my God, I'm so humbled that you rung that this is the exact print that I had with me that day, and it's multiplying itself right here with me being here with you on this episode. I am so humbled that you bring that to us. That's so good that, oh my God, I resonated so hard. I'm sorry, you guys, y'all, I'm just overjoyed right there.
I love it.
I don't even know what to say. I'm so overjoyed.
I think there's for your listeners, there's the pattern. When you show up, you might not know when you signed up for the mind board, you did not know me, you didn't know anyone there, but you followed something within you and you showed up and you trusted yourself enough that, okay, whatever it is I'm going to put on this, on this poster board. A mind board is like a vision board, but it's very specific. It's not just, we're going to cut out random stuff and then post it. It's not arts and crafts. There's a lot of thought that goes into your mind boards. And when you put that on your mind board, you literally took that first step, that first thought, and connected a feeling of, it's out there now. It's out in the open, like literally, right? Yes. And then you just continued to show up, and we connected more, and you took those action steps, and look at the results that you are already getting. And yes. we're only 2 months into this year.
Yes.
Into
yes.
the third month.
Yes.
So all of that to say is, when you hesitate, you're not going to get the results.
Right.
When you question it, you're not going to get the results. When you go do it, when you have a thought, go create a positive feeling around it, go get into your actions and see the results that you're starting to get.
Yes. Yes. And you guys, I'm living proof here. So, we're not fooling you. We stay authentic on airing it out, because it's enough things that you guys, I think we put our thoughts into and we put our energy into, and you don't get the results that you want. But this, we show you, we talk to you about it, and Airin It Out is always here. Brigitta's information is going to be in the video. So we're here to help. If you want to go in this direction, which I'd say go in this direction, the world, I tell you, have its own adversities, all of its own. It don't need any more help. It don't. But you can do one thing, and that's help you to become a better you, so that you show up to make others better. Because we got generations that's coming behind us, you guys. Brigitta has a daughter, 2 daughters. I have kids. I have 4 sons, and a daughter. So, we all got kids. You got kids, you got nieces, you got nephews, you got people that we need to show up and be accountable for them, so that we bring them and show them the way, show them the light, as someone did for us. Yeah. Do you agree with that?
I wholeheartedly agree with that. And I love being a trailblazer, and I love to show the people that are walking with us the way. That's it. I mentor a high school student at the school that my daughter goes to, and she's building a business, and I mentor her. And it's just so much fun to see that it's all about expert modeling. If one person can do it, anyone can, no matter how old or young you are.
Yes. Yes.
And that's the beauty. The only thing that I cannot teach you is the desire to want it.
Mm-hmm. That drive. And
so
I've learned that formula. I think you talked to us about it on Kickstart. When just that uncomfortability, when you get to that point where you're just uncomfortable, there you can change it. You just gotta want to change it.
Yeah. How uncomfortable do you have to get to want to change it?
Right? Yeah. Like, okay, it's icky, it's mucky here. What do you do? And that's what we're offering, like you said.
There's a law in that, and the law in human behavior is people first move away from pain before they move it towards pleasure.
Yeah.
So we first got to be in so much pain in whatever our financial situation, our relationship situation, our, health situation, fitness situation, whatever the situation may be. We first got to become so uncomfortable to then really want to make a change so we can then go towards pleasure. We don't see, as humans, we don't seek pleasure first. We first come to a point where it's like, okay, I can't take this anymore. It's too painful. I got to go to the doctor or the chiropractor. I got to do something, my knees are hurting because I'm overweight or whatever it may be, right? Or my bank account is so bad in the red. Something's got to give. And that is that pivotal moment of, okay, something's going to have to change, like now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then once you make up that mind, that is like a sense of urgency. That is a, okay, I'm drawing the line here. It's a pattern interrupt. I'm going to do something different. Okay, great. Now what are you going to do different? And that's usually when you have people like Latonya that come in and support you and help you and think along the ways of what can you do different? And it doesn't have to be big. It can be 1% different.
Yes. And you guys, that's when it started for me. It was little bit. I'll be transparent with you guys right quick, Brigitta, because I know we got a warning sign from our production crew over here. But I'll share this with you. I was not, and I think you shared something to this the other day in a meeting we were in, where you felt like you weren't the greatest writer, but Christian was the writer. Well, I used to feel the same way about reading. Even though I was a great reader, I felt like I didn't have time anymore. I wasn't that reader anymore. But it goes back to what Brigitta was saying, is that if we keep telling ourselves these things, then they become a pattern and we don't do it. Well, I start telling myself and reaffirming myself that I could get up every morning and I spend time, like everybody knows that I love God, I serve him, and I spend time with him with my prayers and, whatever devotion I want to do there. And then guess what, you guys, we're reading a book in our nation. So I start reading that now. I read at least 20 pages in the morning. And I come back and I read maybe 20 more in the day, but I make time for it now. So guess who's reading again? And now I'm working on my writing. I used to write anything down. I actually prepared today for all of my shows. I've been preparing now for like maybe about a month more now. But it used to be a time I didn't prepare. I would just, okay, I got it. But I would find myself forgetting things. Things I really wanted to say and maybe could have been of value to someone else. So that's why I want to share it to you guys, to let you know that I am a testimony that it does work. If you just start changing those belief systems that we've had for so long that don't work. They just don't work. And it's okay that they don't work anymore because they got new ones that we can replace with.
That's right.
That's what's so amazing about it. We can replace them. There's no stress at all. We're just going to replace them. That's what Airin It Out is about, bringing the guest on here that will help you do that. Brigitta, it's been such a pleasure with you being here with us. And we already know you coming back, right?
Oh, are you kidding me? Yes, duh.
We know that, right? Because we want to continue some more conversation. We would love to stay with you. We talked to you as long as we could, but unfortunately, they don't let us do that around here. They bring us to a slight decrease so that you can let us know something positive that you have that the Airin It Out Nation can take with them and apply with them maybe in their everyday. Although you've already gave us some nuggets, give us one good big nugget.
One big nugget. One big nugget. Okay, so I have a gift for you, and what I'm about to share with you is part of that gift, and I'll share it once I said that. Okay. But what you can do, and this is also a pattern interrupt. When you feel yourself in a space where you wish you could have done something different, or you wish that you would feel better, or would think something better, or something different, Here's the law. Here's one of the success laws. And the success law goes, change one modality, change them all. Now, a modality is something that you think, something that you see, something that you hear, or something that you feel. Yes. So if you feel really yucky, go outside and take a walk. And start seeing of how that modality starts changing because you got into motion. Yes. Or if you're going into overthinking, take a break, read a book, make some tea, play with the dog, go work out, find something that will interrupt that pattern and see how your other modalities will follow. So all you got to remember is change one modality and the others will follow. And I have actually, when I learned these laws many moons, almost decades ago, I said, you know what, I want to really test this out. And I wasn't feeling well. I was like coming up with some flu-like symptoms. This was years prior to Corona. Mm-hmm. Just a little bit of, little stuffiness in the nose and a little bit of a scratchy throat. And I was like, nope, I'm going to try out this changing one modality, change them all. So, because I didn't have time for it. B, I wasn't here for it. So I was like, okay, so let's test this out. So I put on my gym clothes. I didn't feel like it. I felt like going to bed. That's what I felt like. But I said, okay, I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to fight this. I'm going to resist going to bed. I'm going to go to the gym. I would spend an hour on the treadmill. And after that, everything changed. All of the other modalities, I felt better. I had energy. My sinuses cleared up. And that was the end of that. Change one modality, change them all.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, you guys, as always, it's always a pleasure. Know that here at Airing It Out, we all love you. God loves you more, and you should never want to do anything about that. Remember, productivity, no busy work. We love you, and we'll see you the next time on Airing It Out with Fuller. Be good. See you next time.